So I said to the man and the lady, I said, come on into my office and let's have a chat. So we spent the next hour and a half having a chat in my office. We've got to set this chat up for you. You see, the man and the lady were a German couple. Now, my German is non-existent. Their English wasn't a lot better than my German. Now, the only person we had to help us was a Thai security guard, but he didn't speak English or German, so it made this 2-hour period somewhat challenging. So I said to the man, I said, why are you here? And he said, well, I'm on a journey. He said, I was here in Thailand at the time of the tsunami. He said, I was down on the beach with my wife. He said, we saw that wall of water coming. He said, so we held hands and we ran as fast as we could away from the water. He said, it caught up to us and it knocked us over. And he said, we held on for just as long as we could until the force of the water separated us. He said, I looked into her eyes as she went under the water for the last time. Well, his wife died that day. I said, so why are you here? And he said, I'm on a journey. He said, I want to go back to the hotel where I last spent a night with my wife. He said, I want to go back to the restaurant where I last shared a meal with her. He said, when I get the courage, I'll go back to the place on the beach where I last saw her alive. I said, fair enough. So this 2-hour period is showing me his scars from his injuries that he sustained. We're swapping photographs of our children, and it's a beautiful time that we spend together. There's laughter, there's tears, it's a beautiful time. The whole time I'm speaking to him, though, the lady that accompanies him hardly said a word. So I said to her, I said, what's your story? She said, my mum was over here on holidays, mum died, she'd been identified, and she'd been repatriated back to Germany and buried. I said, why are you here? She said, similar journey. I said, fair enough. I said, so who was your mum here on holidays with? She looks and points and goes, him. So I'm confused at this point, right? So I said to the man, so you were here on holidays with your wife, is that right? And he said, yes. I said, and you're also here on holidays with this girl's mother, is that right? And he said, yes. And I'm thinking, okay, not for me to judge, but I don't really understand. But after spending 2 hours with this couple, I finally realised who I was talking to. I get all excited, feeling quite brilliant, I've worked this out. And I said to them in an excited state, I said, I understand. This is your father, this is your daughter, we're talking about one person that's missing. Now the girl looks and speaks in German, and the only German that I understand is she said to this guy, she said, this guy here is an idiot. She said, we told him that 2 hours ago. The thing was, they came looking for information, came looking for photographs, which I wouldn't give to them. But what I did was every team had a liaison officer there to look after the team. So I contacted the German liaison officer and I set up this meeting, sent them on their way, and they had this meeting. 2 nights later, I saw the German LO at a social function. She said to me, Baines, you know that couple you spent that time with? I said, yep. She said, they absolutely love you. I said, beautiful, tell me the story. She said, well, what happened is when they arrived in Thailand, they went to the German team and the person they spoke to just sent them straight down to us. Now, I thought about this retrospectively and I thought what happened here was the person they spoke to forgot what we're in business for. You see, we weren't over there to identify bodies. We were over there to provide answers to families. And this guy forgot that. You see, I'd suggest that no one knows anything more about the mass identification of bodies better than those teams that worked in Thailand. I'd also suggest that no one knows your business better than you. But sometimes we forget that. Because we're so ingrained in it, because that's what we're doing day in, day out, we forget the significance for these people. Because this man and his daughter that I was talking to, they were on a journey they'd never make again. They were travelling down a path that was for the first time. Do you think that they cared about the other 5,394 people that died? Absolutely not. All that man cared about was his wife. All that girl cared about was her mum. Every time we have an interaction with someone, we have an opportunity of leaving an indelible impression. All we have to do is choose to be the best we can be every time.